Here we have a SAT math question. A sample of oak has a density of 807 kilograms per cubic meter. The sample is in the shape of a cube where each edge has a length of 0.90 meters. To the nearest whole number, what is the mass in kilograms of this sample? Okay, there is an information that is the mass of a sample of oak is 807 kilograms per cubic meter. So whenever we have the units in, whenever we have cubic units, it represents the volume. That is in 1 cubic meter of volume, the density of the sample of oak is 807 kilograms. That is, this is a mass in 1 cubic meter of volume. And the sample is in the shape of a cube where each edge has a length of 0.90 meters. Okay, let me draw a cube. Here I have drawn the cube because a sample is in the shape of a cube, and in this cube the length of each edge is 0.90 meters. Okay, let me mark it. Here is 0.90, here is 0.9, here is 0.9. Okay, as I said already, whenever we have cubic units, it represents volume. So we have to find the volume of this cube, which is a sample of the oak. So to get the volume of a cube, what I need is I have to multiply the base area times height. So the volume of this cube is equal to, the base area can be obtained by multiplying the 0.9 and 0.9, because the base is each face of a cube is a square. So the base is also a square. To get the area of the square, we have to multiply side by side. So 0.9 times 0.9, and so this 0.9. This represents the area of the base. Now the area of the base has to be multiplied by the height over here. So to get the volume. So when I multiply this 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, I am getting 0.729, and the unit has to be cubic meter. So because here 0.9 meters, 0.9 meters, 0.9 meters. When I multiply 3 meters, it will become meter cube. Okay, now I got the volume of the sample, which is in the shape of a cube. Its volume is 0.729 cubic meter. So we have the information in 1 cube per cubic meter. Per cubic meter means in 1 cubic meter, the mass is 807 kilograms. We have to find the mass of this sample, which is in the shape of cube. Okay, so in 1 cubic meter, the mass of 1 cubic meter is 807 kilograms. So we have to find the mass of this 0.729 cubic meter. Let me assume the mass of this 0.729 cubic meter is just x. Okay, so this one and this one, both the ratios represent the same stuff. That is, here we have cubic meters, here we have the mass in kilograms. Here we have cubic meters, here x represents the mass in kilograms. Since both the ratios represent the same stuff, we can equate them, then we get a proportion. Okay, now my aim is to get the value of x, which refers to the mass of the sample whose volume is 0.729 cubic meter. Okay, to solve for x, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write each ratio as a fraction. Then I'm getting 1 over 807, and on the right side 0.729 over x. Okay, so now we can do cross multiplication over here to solve for x. That is, the numerator on the left side has to be multiplied by the denominator x, and the numerator on the right side has to be multiplied by the denominator on the left side. So now 1 times x equals to 0.729 times 807. So 1 times x is just x, and when I multiply this 0.729 and 807, I am getting 588.303. Already we know that x refers to the mass of the sample, which is in the shape of a cube, whose volume is 0.729 cubic meters. When x refers to mass, its unit has to be in kilograms. So its unit has to be in kilograms. But the question says, so to the nearest whole number. So to the nearest whole number means it has to be rounded to the nearest whole number. So here, whenever I want to round a number, decimal number, to the nearest whole number, I have to look at the digit at the 10th place. If it is 5 or greater than 5, I just have to add 1 to this digit at the ones place over here, and we can ignore these digits. But here, the digit at the 10th place over here is less than 5. It's 3. So we can simply ignore all this digit, and it can be rounded to the whole number, 588 kilograms. So the mass in kilograms of the sample is in the shape of a cube is 588 kilograms. We find 588 in option A. So the correct answer choice for this question is option A.